Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back. Of course, it's none other than your girl cooking with Tammy. And listen, we have been doing or putting together nothing but nostalgic comfort recipes all week. Well, here's the thing. How about I offer you a comfort snack? One that's going to be great for game day. Just great just because you like that extra comfort. I mean, why not? Today we're going to be making our delicious jalapeno cheddar, get this, sloppy Joe hot dogs. Let's get it. First thing we want to do, my loves, is we're going to be making a compound butter because we're going to be also toasting up some brioche buns as well. And they're going to have that nice sort of garlicky butter flair to them. So in order to get that done, you got the chopped parsley on deck, of course. Going to take a little bit and just reserve that because I know I'm going to need it for something else later. To the parsley, we are going to add some room temperature butter. When you're making compound butters, it's essential to use room temperature butter. If you don't use room temperature butter, you're going to be fighting. We're also going to add some garlic paste. If you like that extra garlicky flavor, go all in with the garlic. We're going to take our spoon and we're going to combine the butter with the garlic and the parsley. Now here's the thing, I am using salted butter, so I wouldn't suggest that you add a pinch of salt into the mix. However, if you're using unsalted butter and you want that extra little flavor, of course, you can add a pinch of salt and maybe ground black pepper. But if you want to stay away from the salt, because you know the little doggies, they have salt. They have a bunch of salt going on, then you don't have to add the salt. You can skip out on that part of the recipe. All right, my loves, that's it so far. We're going to put the compound butter to the side. Jalapeno cheddar hot dogs are on deck. Now, here's the thing. When it comes to the hot dogs, if you want to use, let's say, use your favorite brand of hot dogs, whether it be beef, turkey, pork, or a combination, you know what to do. Anyway, we're going to take a sharp knife and we're going to basically cut the hot dog lengthwise because we want to open them up a bit. All right. Don't perforate it all the way to the bottom, but enough to be able to open it up and keep it intact. See, it's open, but it's still intact. All right, that's it. So we're not cutting all the way down. And we're gonna take our hands and we're just gonna continue to open it up. You see how the jalapeno hot dogs have those little pockets of cheddar cheese? And not to mention those little jalapenos. This sausage, I've been buying it for years. It's gonna be so good. You know what, for this particular one, let's just do some slits. Once again, I'm not perforating all the way through. Gonna flip it on over, do the same thing. However you like to eat your hot dog is what you're gonna do. I'm gonna do the same thing, 2 and 2. Once we're done, it's time to get this party started. All right. In the meanwhile, we're waiting for our pan to heat up. So I'm just gonna add just a small drizzle of oil. I'm not gonna add too much. The ground beef that I'm gonna be using tonight only contains a small amount of fat. Usually I rock out with the 80-20, obviously 20% being fat, but this ground beef is a little leaner. Let's add our beef. This is grass-fed beef, by the way. We're gonna get in there, we're gonna break it up. We're gonna cook the beef until it's no longer pink. Everything is cooked all the way through, and this is perfect. I'm not gonna get in there and drain or strain anything, obviously, because as I explained earlier, not necessary. However, if you are using beef with a fattier content, once the meat is rendered and you have that excessive oil in the pan, you don't want that, right? Even if you're gonna be searing onions along with the beef, it may be too much. So I would suggest to drain that excess oil off. Get it out of here. You know what I mean? You don't need all of that oil. In the meanwhile, we're gonna add some onions to the mix. This is honestly like one small onion. We love onions when it comes down to our sloppy joes or just ground beef in general. It adds a ton of flavors. We're gonna cook our onions until they become translucent. If you wanna add less onions, you could definitely do that. If you wanna use white onions, yellow onions, or Vidalia onions, that would work out perfectly fine as well. All right, in the meanwhile, since the meat is cooked all the way through, we are gonna lower the flame. Let's add our garlic, finely chopped garlic. Get that cooked down as well. We're gonna cook the garlic until it becomes fragrant. Once the garlic becomes fragrant, we are gonna introduce our array of bell peppers. This is both red and green bell peppers. Stir that on in as well. Got a really cool color contrast going on. All right, now that we have all of our aromatics and veggies in the pan, let's season. First thing I'm going to start off with is salt and ground black pepper. Okay. Feel free to scale back on certain ingredients if you don't want to, if you don't want to utilize it. It's not we're not pushing you to do what you don't want to do. We're going to add some smoked paprika for a nice smoky element of flavor. We're also going to add some chili for that little heat factor. Let's add some of our Yo Who's Hungry seasoning, because guess what? We're all hungry around here. This is going to give it that element of flavor. Not to mention it's slightly herbaceous as well. So it's going to be the perfect combination for an even more slightly smoky element. Let's add some of your girl cooking with Tammy's barbecue seasoning. Let's go. Mix it on in. Let's add our ketchup. Let's add some mustard. This is regular yellow mustard. Can you add Dijon mustard? I don't know. I've never added Dijon mustard to my sloppy joe. Let's add some light brown sugar. It's not going to make it too sweet, but it's going to give it that perfect contrast of flavor. Not to mention, it's going to pair perfectly when it comes down to the barbecue seasoning that we added as well. Let's add some Worcestershire sauce. All right, everything is perfectly combined. We're going to lower the flame and we're going to allow it to come to a slow simmer. After about 5 minutes on a slow simmer, let's add some bacon bits. Now this is sloppy joe overload. Never had a sloppy joe like this ever. All right, we're going to turn the stove top off. And we're going to allow that to rest for a little bit, allow the flavors to infuse even more. So with that being said, we're going to set this pan to the side and we're going to bring in our grill. Yeah, tonight, okay, maybe the grill. Yeah, we're going to bring in the grill and we're going to grill our hot dogs. I had to think like, okay, am I going to do the whole grill thing or am I just going to sear the hot dogs on a flat surface? But I think we're going to go with the grill. I'm going to add some oil to our grill. Get it nice and lubricated. I'm gonna add our hot dogs. And these guys with the slits, believe you me, the heat is gonna penetrate in between those slits really quickly. All right, we're gonna give it some time. Obviously, if you've grilled hot dogs or fried hot dogs, air fried them, cooked them, so on and so forth. It takes maybe about 5 minutes, give or take. It doesn't take a long time whatsoever. Once the hot dogs are nice and perfectly browned, just the way we like them, we're gonna go ahead and flip them over. And that's about it. When it comes down to the hot dogs, like I said before, choose your favorite brand. Choose the one that your family or, if you're doing this for like a gathering or whatever, choose the one that's preferred. And just get in there, grill up the hot dogs, and boom. Before you know it, you'll be done and putting this delicious recipe together. I know somebody's probably going to ask about this grill. I got this grill from, I want to say, it's either Costco's or Walmart. And it's like a two-sided grill. You have like the grill plates on this side, and once you flip it over, you have the flat surface. So when it comes down to the flat surface, obviously you can stir-fry veggies, or you could even make pancakes on the other side as well. So it's like that 2-for-1 special. And the cool thing about it was not expensive. Perfect. As mentioned, we are going to be using brioche buns. And these are the hot dog buns. Remember the compound butter that we made earlier? Now it's going to be the perfect time to take a good amount of it and spread it onto the buns. To toast the buns, we're going to be using our flat iron skillet. This is cast iron as well. We're just going to place the buns face down. I went ahead and added a small amount of non-stick grease to prevent the buns from sticking. All right. Right now the flame is on medium heat. Gonna take our perfectly toasted bread and place it right here. Just like that. First thing we want to do, my loves, is we're going to take our perfectly cooked hot dog and we're going to place it onto our garlic buttered brioche bun. Woohoo! All right, my loves. And I know you could kind of figure out what's going to be next. Cheese. You thought it was going to be a sloppy Joe, huh? Get some shredded cheese going. This is cheddar cheese, just in case you're interested in knowing what kind of cheese your girl Tammy is using. Alrighty. Now it's time for the sloppy Joe. Yay. Make sure you get the sloppy Joe into those seams of the hot dog with the slants. Make sure it fills all of those pockets on the hot dog that we created with the knife. Perfect. Woohoo! This is good. Who's in the mood for some more bacon? Yeah, baby. All right. Now I know you have some fried onions left over from that green bean casserole because the holidays was just the other day. If you don't, it's really easy when it comes to making fried onions. I'll leave that information below the video in the description bar, how to make fried onions. Super easy. But if you want to take the quick route, of course, pick up some fried onions and let's eat. We also have some zesty pickles. If you have relish, you could use relish. The only difference between zesty pickles and relish is simple. Zesty pickles are brined, whereas relish is seasoned with sweet and pickled juices. All right, let's add some jalapeños for that element of pepper or spice. You want some spice in your life? If you can't have the jalapeños, then of course don't utilize the jalapeños. Add all of your favorite toppings. Let's add whatever your favorite sauce is. If you want to add like a spicy mayo or even a cheese sauce or like a ranch type sauce, ranch buffalo, anything that lights your palate up. It's time to add the finishing touch, which is going to be some freshly chopped parsley for today. And that's it. It's time to eat. Woo! Goodness gracious, goodness gracious. Let's add some more sloppy Joe to the party. Now this is good cooking. My loves, hot dogs have always been something that most of us ate in the past, right? And it's been a comfort food as well. Don't talk about the sloppy Joe. Same thing. Comfort food, nostalgia all the way. Nostalgia plus nostalgia equals greatness. Let's just call it that. Rock out with these seasonings right here. The barbecue seasoning and the Yo Who's Hungry. Not to mention you add those bacon bits, and the bacon that I'm using is a smoky, thick cut bacon. Woo! Woo! And add it together to make the perfect dish. You hear me? I will definitely catch you guys in another video. Talk to you later. Bye, guys. Yay!